Where American nature began, the nature of people in the United States did not form overnight. It is deeply rooted in history, a story of struggle, migration, and survival. Before the country even existed, the land was home to Native Americans, who lived in tribes with strong values of community, respect for nature, and survival skills. Their influence still echoes in American culture today, especially in ideas of independence and connection to land. Then came European settlers in the 1600s, mostly from England. These early settlers faced extreme hardships, harsh winters, unknown lands, and limited resources. Survival wasn't easy. Because of this, a key trait developed: self-reliance. People learned to depend on themselves rather than waiting for help. One of the most important historical events that shaped American thinking was the American Revolution. The colonists fought against British rule to gain freedom. This created a national identity centered around freedom, independence, and resistance against control. After independence, the country expanded westward. This period, often called the frontier era, forced people to live in tough, isolated conditions. Farmers, explorers, and settlers had to be brave, risk-taking, and hard-working. These qualities became a permanent part of American nature. Another major influence was immigration. Millions of people from Europe, Asia, and other regions came to America in search of a better life. Each group brought its own culture, beliefs, and habits. This made the United States a melting pot of cultures, shaping a society that is diverse and adaptable. Religion also played a role. Many early settlers came for religious freedom. This strengthened the idea that people should have the right to choose their beliefs and live freely. So from the very beginning, American nature was built on survival and hard work, freedom and independence, diversity and adaptability. These historical roots explain why Americans today value personal freedom so strongly and often prefer to make their own choices. Modern era: how Americans think today. In today's world, the nature of people in the United States reflects both history and modern influences like technology, globalization, and media. One of the strongest traits in modern Americans is individualism. People are encouraged to follow their dreams, express their opinions, and live life on their own terms. Personal freedom remains a top priority. Communication style is also very direct. Americans usually say what they think clearly, without too much indirect language. This can sometimes feel rude to people from other cultures, but in the US, it is seen as honesty. Technology has also changed behavior. Social media, smartphones, and fast communication have made life quicker and more connected. People expect fast results and quick responses. Another important aspect is diversity and inclusion. The US is one of the most diverse countries in the world. People from different races, religions, and cultures live together. This has made many Americans more open-minded and accepting. However, this diversity also brings challenges. Differences in opinions, politics, and lifestyles can sometimes create divisions. Work culture in the US is also very strong. Many Americans focus heavily on their careers. Long working hours, ambition, and productivity are common. At the same time, Americans value personal space and privacy. They respect boundaries and usually avoid interfering in others' personal matters. Modern American traits include independence and self-expression, direct communication, strong work ethic, respect for privacy. These traits show how history and modern life combine to shape American behavior. Growth, industrialization, and changing behavior. The Industrial Revolution brought major changes. Factories, railroads, and cities expanded rapidly. People moved from rural areas to urban centers in search of jobs. Life became faster, more competitive, and more structured. This era developed a new trait in Americans: efficiency and time management. In factories, time was money. Workers had schedules, deadlines, and strict routines. This is one reason why Americans today are very time-conscious. Another important factor was the idea of the American dream. This belief suggested that anyone, no matter their background, could achieve success through hard work. It created a strong culture of ambition and goal-setting. Education also became more important during this time. Schools and universities expanded, helping people improve their skills and achieve better jobs. This encouraged a mindset of self-improvement and growth. The 20th century also saw America rise as a global power. especially after events like World War II. After the war, the U.S. experienced economic growth and a middle class emerged. This prosperity influenced behavior in several ways. People became more optimistic about the future. Consumer culture grew, buying homes, cars, etc. Individual success became more visible and celebrated. At the same time, diversity continued to increase. Immigrants from Latin America, Asia, and Africa added new layers to American society. This strengthened open-mindedness, but also created challenges related to identity and equality. Social movements, like the Civil Rights Movement, also shaped American thinking. These movements pushed for equality and justice, encouraging people to speak up and fight for their rights. So during this period, American nature evolved into competitive and goal-driven, time-focused and efficient, open to change and innovation. These traits still define modern American behavior today.